Oh yeah, we do it a lot. Yeah, me and Travis, we fish a lot together too.
Not, you know, Travis is a good family friend of mine. He actually used to play at like all of our graduation and birthday parties
Oh, nice.
back in the day. So to see him do well is so fun. And to see you too. I mean, wow, your career has really taken off recently.
Yeah, it's been fun. Just getting to do what I love for a living, write songs, run around on stage. It's pretty cool.
And talk about your new album, the Betty James Gold Edition.
Yeah, album just full of collaborations. I got to work with some of my favorite country artists, one of my favorite Latin artists, which is Pitbull, and I got Babyface on there, and Tim McGraw, Little Big Town, Monica, Brad Paisley. Um, yeah, I just kind of had a wish list of people I wanted to work with. I got Darius Ruck on there, Charlie Pride, um, and it's kind of all over the place. It's got some country songs on there, some pop songs, some R&B songs. It was fun. It was musically fun. I feel like when it comes to music, an artist should just be able to, if you decide you want to write a country song that day, write it. You decide you want to write a more pop leaning song or a more Christian leaning song that day, write it. So.
And are these all people who had kind of influences on your music that you wanted to work with?
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of people have written some of my favorite songs ever, and some of the newer artists are just fans I've been friends with, or fans of since they first came out with their first record.
I mean, that had to have been kind of surreal for you from going from, a new country artist breaking into the industry to now having all of these, I mean, legendary names on an album with you.
Yeah, it was great. It was super fun to just meet so many different people and just bond over the music. You know.
Now you're kind of in an elite class now. You're a big deal now, but it wasn't always that way. What was it like kind of breaking into the industry for you?
Um, it was, I don't know, I guess, people would say it was difficult, but I feel like my mindset and who I am and what I've wanted to do and who I thought I was never really changed. It was just, staying true to who you are and what you're doing until somebody else sees it as well. So, um, that's pretty much the same. I'm pretty much the same dude. I haven't changed. I like what I like. I wear what I like, and I fish. That's pretty much it.
Hey, you got to be true to you, right?
Oh, you have to. The only person you can be is you. And I feel like when people, run around worried about what everybody else thinks about them, that's when they got it all backwards. Because you'll never be happy trying to please other people. So you do what you love, and people who love it will catch on, and those who don't won't, and that's fine too.
Now, while you were waiting for people to kind of catch on to you and your music, and what was that like trying to get your foot in the door?
Um, I never really thought too much of it. I've always had the attitude of, I'm just doing what I love, and eventually it'll happen. So it just takes, you know, persistence and patience. Those are the two biggest things, and growing as an artist, but as a person as well, and finding ways to improve what you're doing. Work harder, be patient some more. Work hard, be patient some more, and that led to meetings, which led to meetings, which led to meetings that nothing came out of. But I still, just stay persistent and patient until the right thing came along with, my publishing deal I first signed. And so I moved to Nashville in 2007, and I didn't get a record deal until 2017. So it was definitely a 10-year town. But I don't know, I never really got discouraged. I always felt like it would happen. People that decided to not sign me or decided not to work with me, it was just okay. That's fine. That I'm not their person, and they're not mine. They'll find who they're supposed to work with, and I'll find who I'm supposed to work with. I've kind of always had the optimistic outlook
Yeah.
on life, and my dad used to say that comes from just being comfortable in your own skin. Realizing who you are, what you have to offer, and not settling just because you want a record deal.
That's true. And you definitely didn't. You knew what you wanted.
Oh, for sure.
So why country music? What made you decide to get up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to pursue a country music career?
Well, I grew up, that's all my dad listened to. What I mean? It's so funny, whenever I get asked that question, because I grew up in Delaware, and the town I grew up in, 630 people. Like it makes places in Georgia, like my band, my bass player is from Dalton, Georgia. I went there, I said, man, this ain't country. Like, I was like, if your town got more than 2,000 people, I don't consider that a country town. I just don't. Like, because how we grew up, my grandpa used to butcher our own cows at the house, um, stuff like that. So it's always, I definitely always get asked that question because I'm from the Northeast. I've never heard anybody from like Georgia or Alabama get asked that question. but but yeah, it's fun. I love it. It's the one genre where I could be me completely. I can wear my boots, can talk about my small town, but yet I can also wear my necklaces. I can, some of my music's pop influence, some is rock influenced. It's the genre that embraced me for being me. That was kind of my thing. Like I was never going to change who I am or what I do or what my sound is. I never will. So I had a couple pop labels offer me record deals and stuff, but they wanted me to change who I was, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. And then there's a couple country labels in town that wanted to work with me, but they wanted me to change who I am and change my sound. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. They were like, well, if you change this, we'll sign you. I said, well, I guess I'm just not gonna sign with you because I'm not changing. So luckily, my label I'm with, Broken Boat BMG, they let me be me. So, if I have a song that's a little bit more country influenced or pop influenced, we just make music. We,
Think
it has boots, has nothing to do with fishing, nothing to do with none of that. It's who I am as a person and kind of how I was raised.
And now from all of that, you're touring with Brad Paisley. You have a song out with
Yeah.
him. You got this. So music is finally back and shows are finally back. What's the future looking like for you?
It's looking all right. We got the tour, the new album out. Got a kids book I wrote called My Voice is a Trumpet that comes out July 13th. You got working on my next album, which is pretty much done. We got some more tours, got some TV shows I'm working on right now, working on a movie. So just trying to just stay busy. My plan is to make some music, tour a little here, do some TV, tour a little bit there, work on some movies, write another book. Just wake up and see what I feel like doing that day. That's kind of always my plan. There's never really a plan. It's just, I feel like people stress out sometimes too much when there's the schedule they're trying to stick to. And when one thing doesn't go the way they want it to, it throws their whole day off, or throws their whole month off because they're so worried about chasing one thing down instead of just being open to all opportunities and kind of taking what comes. And if there's something you want to do first and that comes second, that's fine too, as long as you still get to do it.
All right, now you just listed off a laundry list of things that you got going on, which also I know too, you are about to have another baby on the way on top of all of that.
Yeah, another baby on the way. So it's, yeah, the house is getting full.
So let's start with the children's book. Talk about that and why you wanted to do that and what the book is about.
So the book's about just using your voice to encourage other people, encourage yourself. But also when you see kids or situations where, you don't agree with, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up for other people. So I feel like that's a problem with the world now. You got a bunch of coward adults that are afraid to encourage other people or afraid to speak up when they don't agree with something because they're worried about how people might view them. I feel like if we teach kids at a young age to be confident in who you are, be confident in what you have to say, and just stick to it. Be a good person and work hard. At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
And is that something you kind of even drew from your own personal experiences?
Oh, for sure. That's how I've always been. That's how my parents raised me, to be a good person, work hard, and what other people think about you, I could care less, honestly. I never wake up or, write something or see somebody's comment that don't agree and it bothers me. Never does. I don't even think about it.
And now for you also, something that has been really great for you, you have been, the first Black male artist to have 2 #1 hits off the same album. And you just continue to do great things. What does that mean for you kind of in country music to show the diversity?
Um, on one part, it's cool. On one part, it sucks because it's 2021 and we're still talking about that. You know what I mean? To where every other genre of music, you don't hear skin color mentioned ever. It's just about the music, So hopefully 5, 6 years from now, whenever, definitely hopefully by the time my son's my age, it won't be a thing. It'll just be about music. So if I'm the one that has to hopefully point us in that direction with the success I've been blessed to have, um, that's fine too. But as long as we're taking steps forward and not steps backwards, that's what matters at the end of the day.
And what do you hope people learn from your journey and through your career?
Um, just believe in yourself, you know, live life and chase your dream with blinders on to where you don't really get distracted by what's going on the sideline, to where you're not a people pleaser. Like, I hate people pleasers because if you're a people pleaser, you're never going to get happy. You're never going to be happy because everybody has a different opinion. So just live your life, do what you want to do. How you live your life has nothing to do with your siblings or your parents or your grandparents, your teachers, nobody. It's the life you want to live, and be happy and work hard. That's what I hope. I just hope people work hard, be happy, and chase the dream they want to have, no matter how many people around them don't see the dream that they have and vision for themselves. Um, you got to just live your life for you.
All right, now let's talk really quickly about the show you're coming to, Warner Robins, on Friday. Now, this is a big military town. We have a huge base here. I've probably heard from Travis, but this show is really dedicated to also thanking the men and women who serve our country. Does that kind of have a special meaning for you coming to do a show like that?
Yeah, it's cool. My dad was a Marine, and I remember he was asking me if I was going to join the service. I was like, nah, nah. I was like, but I'll do everything I can for the men and women that serve our country for sure. So, it's great every time we get a chance to do it. Because we've done, armed forces entertainment tours all over the world. We've been and did shows for our troops in Japan and other places as well. So anytime we get a chance to, do something like that, me and my band, we're all about it. So I had no idea it was a military town. I never even heard of Warner Robins, Georgia before. Just like I'm sure people never heard of Milton, Delaware before. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time.
It is. And it's very, obviously it's the 4th of July, but again, it is really about celebrating our men and women. So I'm sure you will have a great time. There's always a good crowd.
I'm
It's a
looking
little
forward
bigger
to
than Milton, Delaware. I'll give you that though.
it. I'm sure it is. There's a lot of places a lot bigger than Milton, Delaware, for sure.
So I also wanted you to talk a little bit about, some of your songs. What's your favorite song that you've recorded so far?
I don't have one.
Really?
Mm-mm. I look at it like kids. You put time in and write that song and you perform it. I enjoy performing them all. I don't have a favorite. I have, because all the songs at some point I look forward to singing it or I'm sick of singing it. So it kind of kind of just depends on the day. Kind of just depends on the mood.
Is there a song on your set list that you're like, I know everyone wants to hear this, but I don't want to play this one again?
Best shot.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's one of my favorites, of course.
And you got, I'll always play it, but you got to think as an artist. I wrote that song in 2016. So I've been singing it for 5 years, even though it didn't go #1 until into 2018. So I'll always sing it, but I definitely have times where I'm like, oh my God, I gotta sing this song again. But I know that's why the people there to sing Best Shot, so I'm gonna sing Best Shot.
What's a song that you right now are looking forward to singing?
All of them, except for Best Shot.
As long as you do Freedom Was the Highway, because that's my jam right now.
Oh, we're definitely gonna do that. We're gonna sing that. We're gonna sing Make Me Want To. We're gonna sing This Is Us. We're gonna sing Best Shot for sure. But yeah, we're just glad to be out playing shows again.
Yeah. I mean, what was that like for you throughout this past year and the pandemic, not being able to do that?
It was weird for like 2 days, and then I was over it. because it's like, again, I'm one of the people that I can either sit here and dwell on how much I missed something, or I can move on and just stay positive. So I was able to do a lot of other stuff, start writing a kid's book. I opened 3 different companies in Delaware, where I'm from. So I own a septic company now, a transportation company we haul dirt and gravel and stuff, and a construction company. Wrote the kids' book, started writing a movie, TV show, started writing this theater play, wrote and recorded Betty James Gold Edition, wrote and recorded my whole album coming out after that. Got a lot of fishing in, a lot. Got some surfing in, some free solo rock climbing in, even though my wife said I'm not allowed to do that anymore. But yeah, it was fun. I feel like you got to make the best out of whatever situation you're in.
So with all the things that you're now doing, talk about the new album too that's coming out. When's that coming, and what can people expect out of this one?
Not sure when it's coming out. I'm hoping we release a couple songs from it before the end of the year. I have a new show coming out on Netflix. I can't say the name of it yet, but I'm the music supervisor for the show. And we got the theme song on that, and I choose all the music for the different scenes and stuff. So we got some of my songs from the new album on there. The new album is just about a different place in life where I'm at. Like, you figure Mercury Lane was a street I grew up on. So a lot of songs about early on in life. Then you got Betty James, like the transition. Then you got the next album, Tulip Drive, the street my grandma lived on. And her name was Betty. That's why I named the album after my dad and my grandma. Because my grandma died in 2014, my dad died in 2019. So Tulip Drive, street my grandma lived on. A lot of songs there, pretty much. A lot of those songs kind of like life where I was living between college and like 25, you know. So yeah, I'm trying to just write in sections.
Yeah.
And like life snapshots or whatever. Just doing that, then started working on the album after that one. Just trying to stay busy, trying to get to New York in the next year, do a Broadway show for like a month, take time off from touring. I'll probably stop touring for like 2 or 3 months just to do that.
Have you done Broadway and theater before?
Yeah, I did theater in high school and in college. Yeah, it's fun. I love it. I had some people ask me, well, are you going to stop touring for 3 months? Why would you do that? Why not? I like life is about doing what makes you happy. And I love theater. So I'm going to go do it.
You really just hate sitting still, don't you?
I don't like sitting still at all. I was like, I can do that when I'm dead.
Now, how does your wife feel about all these ventures that you're doing on top of getting ready for baby number 2?
Oh, she doesn't mind. She definitely lets me be me, and I let her be her. I relax by doing things. Like, if I sit still for longer than 2 hours, I'm going crazy.
Man,
I have to do something productive. Yeah, I was like, I gotta keep moving, gotta stay productive. So I feel like with the entertainment business, you got a window. You don't know how long your window is going to be or how short your window is going to be. So I just try to maximize every opportunity I can while I have this opportunity.
Now, for people who may not know you yet, especially when you come here to Warner Robins to play this concert, what do you want people to know about Jimmie Allen, about your music, and about just you as a person?
Good question. Honestly, I have no idea. That's something I don't really put too much time into. I just feel like, I'm gonna come there and play my show. I talk during the show, I hang out, and then whatever they pull from it, that's kind of what they pull from it. I don't know. I don't know. I never really set expectations on what I want people to pull out of it.
Yeah. And what can people expect from the show on Friday?
That I have no idea what I'm going to do until I do it. Like, even my set list, the only thing we have planned is the first 2 songs. After that, I have no idea what we're going to sing until the song right before it. Then I make up my mind, then I'll go tell my band and talk back, because I like to kind of just play it by ear, because I could be doing a bunch of up tempos and the crowd could want a down, or they could want a mid tempo. I like to read the room, and kind of give the crowd what they want. And once I feel like they want this for a while, I get them here, then I'll take them somewhere else. Kind of, it's like a roller coaster, trying to keep them on their toes.
I'm sure your band loves that.
Oh, they do. they're used to it by now.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
fun. It's super random.
I feel like Brad Paisley's kind of like that too, just from his shows that I've been to. So I feel like you guys will get along just fine.
Oh yeah, I feel like life gets boring when you have everything planned out. There's no surprises, you know. So I like to just, I'm a mood guy. Where everything I do or don't do is depending on my mood in that moment. Hence why I never plan anything. I just wake up and roll with it.
All right. So do we get to know what the first song is? Is it Best Shot?
I have no idea. Nah, that's definitely not the first song. I honestly have no idea what the first song is gonna be. The show is Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll know about 30 minutes before we go on, maybe an hour before we go on stage. I tell the band what we're going to do first. So luckily we have this intro track where we can interchange like 6 or 7 songs in the intro track. So I'll figure out what we're going to do. Yeah, we'll kind of go from there.
I like it. I like how you roll.
Oh yeah. It's easy, stress-free. I'm all about stress-free.
See, that doesn't sound stress-free to me. That sounds stressful on my end.
Yeah, it's stress-free. It's only stressful when you worry about it. Because 2 things are going to happen. That's how I look at life. It's either going to be good or it's going to be bad. Either way, I'm going to have fun.
That's true. I'm sure the crowd will too.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be good times.
Well, I appreciate your time and talking to us. We are excited to see you on Friday.
Oh, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it as well.
All right. Well, we'll see you then.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.